Hi, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is handmadeinvermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Callisto 7 Light Alabaster Pendant. This is a beautiful, beautiful fixture. It's a 131059. There's a matching wall sconce that goes with this, so check that out. It's in our interior wall sconce section. Let's get into the size of the fixture body itself, and that's going to be independent of what it's hanging from, which are these rods, 10.9 inches high, 28.1 inches in diameter, so it's a pretty good size fixture. Overall height, now we're talking about the distance from the bottom of the fixture to the ceiling itself. This is going to be offered in a bunch of range. Well, it's going to have a range, but it's going to be offered in a bunch of overall heights. And it's going to start off at 16.7 inches at its shortest, and then it's going to go to 52.7 inches at its longest. You're going to see a chart way down there in the corner of the range, well, not range, overall fixed heights are going to be offered, but it's also going to show you on that chart which combination of which rods you're going to use to get to those lengths. So beyond that, the cool thing about this is it ships with 120 inches of wire. So if you want to go beyond that 52.7, let's say you need about 5 or 6 inches of wire to get to the box from the fixture, and this is the box I'm talking about. So you would just order extra kits from us, and a kit, you're going to get one kit to begin with, and you can always order extras, like I said. Each kit is going to have 3 pieces of the 12-inch, 1 piece of the 6-inch, 1 piece of the 3-inch, and then a bunch of little connectors, and little connectors have threading on them. And how Hubbardton makes the magic work here, there's threading on the inside of these pipes on both ends, and then you're going to take the Mr. Connector there, put it in one of the pipes, and then you just simply screw it together. And these are so well made that you barely even see a line. It's incredibly tight. So just a nice way to go. So like I said, you would just, if you're going to go beyond that 52.7, you get 120 inches of wire. Just drop me a quick email and let me know what you guys want as far as new additional kits go. They're not that expensive and they're easy to ship. Okay, so if you need to go well beyond what we just talked about a second ago, let's say you need like 180 or 200 inches overall height from the ceiling to the bottom of the fixture. We do custom lengths. Beauty of Hubbardton Forge, it's made here in Vermont, all made to order. So you would email us and say, I'm looking at the 131059, I need it to be 240 inches overall height, or some number that you come up with. I'm going to take your email, send it through Hubbardton Forge's customs department, it'll come back with an answer, how we can accommodate you. Adds a little time and money, but we do it every single day. It's very, very simple. Okay, so let's move on from there and talk about what goes on. Let's talk about, well, before then, let's talk about how you put it together. So you're going to see a list, installations instructions list that's going to be listed way over there, and that's going to be a PDF. So open that up for me. It's going to show you a full parts list, like all these little parts we talked about. It's going to show you how you're going to be putting a towel down, a nice fluffy towel. You're going to put your fixture down. You're going to take the wires and you're going to just put them through the little parts one by one. So you're going to go through a connector, then you're going to go through a pipe, and then through a connector and through a pipe. Eventually those wires are going to come out of a canopy up on the ceiling. Well, come out of the canopy. This is the ceiling canopy, but they'll come out of here. Then you screw all those things together and you basically build your fixture going up. It's a much easier way to do it. Going back to our canopy friend here, so this is going to be slope ceiling adaptable already to 45 degrees if you guys have a slope ceiling. There's a knuckle right here built at the top of this, and it, just like your finger, it's going to allow that to be slope ceiling. Another detail on the canopy, it's actually going to be a 5-inch flat canopy as opposed to this domed one, so it's going to be a little more contemporary. Okay, so that kind of takes care of the pipe situation. Why don't we talk about lamping on this? So it's going to be using a candelabra socket. Candelabra sockets use candelabra bulbs, and they just go in, and there's nothing special about them, and they're easy to get. Every store you walk into seems to have these kind of bulbs, from CVS all the way to your hardware store, to your grocery store, Amazon, doesn't matter, they're everywhere. The recommended bulb is going to be a 15 watt max in each of these 7 sockets. It's a dimmable fixture. If you want to go for a dimmable, like a flame tip like this guy, incandescent, you would just put a regular dimmer on the wall. However, if you guys want to go LED, you can get much more light out of this when you do LEDs, because these bulbs, the LED versions, these go up to usually 60 watt equivalent. If you guys find something like this, a type B chandelier bulb, beyond 60 watt equivalent, drop me a quick email with a link. I would love to see it because I want to see more of those. And I know they exist out there, just a matter of finding them. And if you are looking for it and you want to go beyond that, email me and I can help you. We can kind of look together online. Anyway, Going back to these guys, they usually max out at 60 watt equivalent. A 40 watt equivalent version of this only uses about 4.5 watts of electricity. So you can see you've got 7 of these, and that's a lot of light when you get into 7 40 watt equivalent bulbs. And when we talk about the color of light coming out of the LEDs, we always talk about in terms of Kelvin. Kelvin is that Kelvin scale of light. So 2700 Kelvin, super yellow light, which would be very pretty on this, I think. If you're doing a hospitality situation like a restaurant or a hotel or something like, you might want to go there. But on the other side of that is going to be called daylight, and daylight sounds warm. You got to be really careful when you're looking at the bulbs. That's going to be that cold hospital waiting room light. That's that blue-white light. That's 4,000, 5,000 Kelvin on the Kelvin scale. In the middle of all that, what we like to use in our showroom, what mimics incandescent light that we grew up with, is called warm white. That's the light that's coming down in my hands. That's 3,000 Kelvin. That's kind of smack dab in the middle, which most of you guys are probably going to be using because you're used to it, and that's what a lot of people like. Anyway, so going back, it's a dimmable fixture. If you're going to be doing a dimmable LED, make sure it says dimmable. It's going to be pretty important. And the other thing is make sure that you tell your installer you're doing a LED bulb so they put the correct dimmer on the wall for you. Let's get into finishes now. If you're on the handmadeinvermont.com website, look over on this side of the screen. Midway down, you're going to see a tab. It's going to say Finishes Help Guide. Click on that for me. There's going to be a video on there of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton Forge finishes and how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be talking about a chart a little farther down on the page. You'll see it next to me here. It's going to kind of go over the differences between heavy forging and non-heavy forging, and it'll be talked about in that video. So it's really important that you kind of watch the video, use the chart. You can click on that chart on different things. So you can click on dark smoke and a big page will pop up and show you lots of different things in dark smoke. Click on burnished steel or natural iron, it'll do the same thing. But it's really important that you understand how Hubbardton Forge's finishes are kind of divided into translucent and opaque and how they can look on different fixtures. Our showroom in Vermont has we're up to 400 Hubbardton Forge fixtures spread across 2 floors. We have a What's on Display page. It's way up there in those red tabs again, so click on that and you can see what we have to show you. That changes all the time because we're always adding things as they come out. Showroom's open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. We have an amazing clearance center here too. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued things, and showroom samples. If you were coming to visit us, bring a good-sized vehicle, something like a big SUV or maybe a small truck or something like that, because you might find something in the clearance center that you want to take home, and it's a lot of fun to go through. 75% off MSRP is an amazing bargain, so you should really take advantage of it if you can. Like I said, we're open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. You can call us at 802-446-2400 during business hours. You can email us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all the time. We love to answer emails. When you buy your Hubbardton Forge fixtures from handmadeinvermont.com, shipping is free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. There's no tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont, and we're the only dealer with 90-day returns and no restocking fees. No one else even comes close to that. Some larger items are non-returnable. We'll always tell you about that. It'll be in the description thing, that part of the description underneath on the very bottom. So keep an eye out for that. We also offer a rush program. Hubbardton Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to get product out. They don't stock anything. That's how you're going to get all your finishes, your adjustable ranges to play with, all those things. We can cut that time in half, and it's super inexpensive. If you want to know more, drop a quick email, and I can walk you through the whole thing, okay? So, if you guys have any other questions, let me know. Love to see you in our showroom sometime, and have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.